It's Media Day. We're talking District 13-6A, and I am joined with Oak Ridge head coach Mark Schmidt. Coach, man, oh Dave, what a change in realignment, huh? You go from 6 and having to scour around trying to find non-district games to 9-team district where you only have to find like 2. Your thoughts on the new district and some of the new teams you have that joined in?
Yeah, 2 years ago we got caught and everybody was scrambling to find 5 non-district games. That was a big surprise to us. And then this year we were surprised because we had went into the realignment meeting, everybody having those games, and then telling people that we were going to have to drop them. So this year was a little bit better. You didn't feel like you were scrambling to get games, but nevertheless, a 9-team district, you've got 2 non-district games to warm up, and you're getting after it pretty early. So it's different, but a lot of the faces are familiar. We added New Caney, and we added Cleveland, and we brought up Caney Creek. And so all of the Conroe ISD schools will be 6A next year in the same district, and then we'll have 3 outside of CISD, and that'll be Willis, New Caney, and Cleveland.
What are your thoughts on? I mean, New Caney's coming in there with that running back, Riscano. That's pretty good. You guys got a lot of talent in this district, like individual talent. It's guess who can bottle it all up together and get in those top 4 spots, right?
Yeah, there's some premier players kind of scattered through the district, which should make every week, exciting. In terms of watching some premier players play. But you're right. It's going to come down to, who can do the best job as a team of keeping it all together and taking advantage of your talents and your opportunities. Staying healthy will be critical. It's a long district slate. You got to play 8 games, and so a lot can happen over those 8 weeks.
Yeah, you were talking specifically about Oak Ridge last year. 2 years ago, you made the playoffs for the first time in a while, and that was a great experience. And then last year, you kind of sandwiched 2 wins across a bunch of losses. But
yeah,
but the deal is that you guys, it was fairly close scores in a lot of the games. It was just the kind of defense kind of let you down. You gave up a lot of points there. What are you looking for in the 2022 season to kind of rebound from that 2-8 season?
Well, we learned a lot last year. We were extremely young. I had 9 sophomores that started last year on our team. That being said, the only experience they had coming into last year's varsity season was freshman football, and so we grew up. They gained some valuable experience. And with those young players on the field, we were able to hang in every game. I think we lost 5 by a grand total of 13 or 14 points. And so, a few things change each one of those games, and those 5 losses could have easily been 5 wins. But nevertheless, that's what we were. That's who we were last season. The great thing about it is those 9 sophomores gained some valuable experience. They've had a chance to have a great comprehensive offseason program under their belt. They're bigger, they're faster, they're stronger. Like I said, they have that experience. And so I'm really excited about, what we're going to be able to do this football season. And the thing is, like I said earlier, it's going to come down to staying healthy. Our football numbers are we're going to suit out about maybe 45 kids on a Friday night, and we'll be playing teams that put twice as many on the sideline. And so our depth will be a key issue, and keeping people healthy will be paramount to how successful we can be.
You have some first teamers coming back, and you have a lot at the wide receiver position that are quite skilled, and you have an experienced quarterback. This will be his 3rd year, right, Smedley?
Yes.
3rd year as the starting quarterback. Talk a little bit about that, and then maybe add in Frankie Arthur there at running back with his interesting bloodline there as well.
Yeah. Well, last year our offense was really good. I want to say, I don't have the stats in front of me, but I want to say we were either number 1 or number 2 in our district offensively. And that's with those kids that you're talking about. Smedley was better last year as a junior than he was as a sophomore. And he's looked really good so far in our off season and our spring drills. And so really excited about Steve and his leadership, what he brings to the table, his playmaking ability. And so I think he's going to be a real important piece of our puzzle. Larry Debos was the newcomer of the year last year. He was the leading rusher in our district. He's back. He looks great. Frankie Arthur, who missed several games because of an injury. He was on slate to rival Larry for those rushing yards. And then I think he missed 3 or 4 ball games last year because of an injury. He's healthy. He looks great. And, you mentioned the bloodline. I mean, he's Adrian Peterson's half brother. And so you just have to expect that there are some special things about him and what he can do. And we're excited to have those 2 kids, Larry and Frankie, sharing the role back there in the backfield. Our receivers, you talked about being talented. Jaquel Harrison was an all-district receiver. Tavion Jefferson was all-district. Camden Morgan, all 3 of those kids return. And so from a skill position standpoint, we feel like we are about as good as we could be.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier about how young you were going into last year. And you would think you'd get older this year, which you are, but you also have some really talented 2024 guys, especially on defense. I mean, everybody's eyes have been on Justin Williams, but you got some defensive linemen that could make some noise as well. How excited are you about kind of molding these guys on the defensive end as well?
Well, right now, just looking at our defense, we're going to put 11 juniors on the field, and 4 of those kids were starters last year as sophomores. So those kids are wiser, bigger, stronger, faster. And, if we can put things together defensively, things bode well for the next 2 years because of the fact that we've got 10 juniors starting. But, Jacob Harris is the lone senior that will be playing. He will be a 3-year letterman, played at nose guard. He's gonna be the veteran out there, and we've got to have great leadership from him, and he's done that so far this offseason. And the other 2 D linemen, they got some varsity experience last year. Joseph Ajonye and Favor Adeboyan, they're monsters. They're both 6'5". One's 240, one's 230, and our D line ought to be really, really solid with the 3 of those kids. So I'm excited about what they're going to do up front. Justin Williams is going to be in a new role. He played safety and a little bit of a rover last year. We've moved him down into the box. He is going to be a linebacker for us. And part of that is just he's grown so much. Justin is 6'3", 210 pounds now. And, He can run very well from sideline to sideline. He's a physical player, and so we think he's going to fit very well playing in the box. And then our secondary, Arinze Ejeckum, started last year for us as a sophomore. He was an all-district player. He's going to be kind of leading up the secondary, but we also have Joseph Wilson, Nakai English, and Jalen Jackson. None of those were starters last year, but all of them are varsity players and got varsity experience. So, much like the offense, I'm equally as excited about the defense just because of what we're bringing back. Like I said, if we can stay healthy, I think we can make some noise.
Well, this is going to be an exciting district. You got 9 teams fighting for those 4 spots. I hope to see you up there battling it out, Coach, and I appreciate you joining with me today.
You bet. Thank you very much.